Let's do that now.
Good morning. Welcome to Destiny Christian Fellowship. I'm Patty, and here are this week's announcements.
Hi, my name is Reggie Powell on behalf of Destiny Christian Fellowship and MOD, and specifically that anointed Group 6. We are here to interview our friend Pastor Lee Rood, straight out from India. Pastor Lee Rood, tell us something about yourself.
Well, we're here in the Bay Area, so grew up in Redwood City, California. So last 30 years, I found myself in the country called India, and been familiar with Pastor Paul for many years. Remember the years that I was telling my friend that we used to have about 4 services in East Palo Alto, and we used to line up, and he said, you remember they used to go to 5 services. And interesting is this thing called the pandemic. I found myself online with MOD, found myself joining the church as one of the e-members all the way from India. So it's been actually, MOD has been a lifeline to me, especially during the pandemic, to be able to get online. I don't know if we were doing every other weekend then, or maybe almost every weekend. And MOD again is just, it's not something that's just right here in Fremont or in California, but it's around all the states and the US, and it's even in India and many other nations. So it's an honor to be here today and to be able to say thank you for your prayers. And we always enjoy the after party, especially with my brother Reggie. Thank you. And if you're not a part of MOD, you're missing out. You got to join MOD.
Hi, Destiny family. It's Rhonda, and I'm back with an exciting announcement. Do you like to dance, and have you been looking for a fun way to get some exercise? Well, look no further, because I will be bringing Zumba classes to our Life Center starting sometime in July. You're going to have to check the website for more information and for details, but I'm really looking forward to dancing with you guys.
There will be a mini class after church so you can try it out. All dance levels are welcome, from beginner to advanced. You don't need to bring anything but a water bottle, a towel for perspiration, and the desire to have a great time.
The theme for this month is Not Okay, a message series about stress and anxiety. If you have a child or know of a youth who is in grades 6 through 12, we hope that they're able to join us during the following Sundays for Youth Fellowship. All D21 sessions are led by Pastor Jarrell Greer and Constance every second, third, and fourth Sunday of the month at 10 a.m. If you would like to register, have any questions about our D21 Youth Ministry, or would simply like to receive updates on our events, please email d21@destinybayarea.org. We're excited to fellowship with you.
And those are this week's announcements. Enjoy the rest of your day. We are Destiny Christian Fellowship, introducing people to Jesus and helping them follow him.
All right, very good, very good. All right, we got Patty up there. Look at us. Yes, indeed. She's been with me a very long time. She was one of the early new members at Abundant Life. So I'm talking those early days when it was a little church. We were talking about thousands, but there were only a couple dozen, and we were believing God, and he answered that prayer. And before that 20 years at that church, the Lord had grown it to over 7,000 people, and people getting saved every weekend in 4 services in a 2,000-seat sanctuary. So don't tell me what God can't do. It was absolutely amazing that God fulfilled his promise that he made me, that caused me to move to California. So anyway, she's one of those folk who know us when. She knows where all the bodies are buried and all that stuff. So been around a long, long time, but can tell you about the good old days. And thank God that she's still with us, as is Christina. I just talked to Christina on my way to my seat. Where's Christina? Is she over here somewhere? There she is. She is one of, you hear me talk about when our church, I knew God would grow the church because he promised me thousands were coming. I thought they'd all be black when I came from Philly, because, black churches were black and white churches were white and all that. That was all I ever knew. And so she was one of the first 2 white folk who joined the church. And her and her friend were the first 2 white folk who joined the church. I was glad they were here, but I was confused, Like, God bless y'all. What y'all doing here, But it was a God thing, and God just answered that. When God says a thing, you don't even have to sweat it. He's going to do it. You just have to be faithful. And so that's what we learned in those days. All right, so let me give you just a few announcements. Next Sunday, I want to, before service, so 9:35 or so, come in here and do a video greeting because I will be out of town on the Sunday of Pastor Tony Williams' final Sunday in the Bay Area. The former pastor, the pastor emeritus of Maranatha, is moving out of state. And so he has been working in recent months with my friend Pastor Jason McReynolds down at Emmanuel Baptist in San Jose. And Pastor Tony has been working with him. And so Emmanuel is throwing him a Sunday afternoon farewell service. It's the fourth Sunday this month, so July 28th, 3 Sundays from today. It's a 3 or 3:30 service. We'll get you the specifics by next Sunday and put it in the announcements. If you want to, because he is a friend of our church, he's preached here twice in recent months and blessed us both times. So if you want to, if you can be down there in person, I would be, except I'll be out of town. That's the Sunday. I preach for Pastor Jenkins every year. I try to get him to preach here every year. He's coming. He's scheduled for sometime later this year. And so I'll need to be at First Baptist that Sunday. But I want to record a brief greeting that they will show on video that Sunday. Those of you who are former Maranatha members, if you plan to be at that service in person, it's fine. You don't have to come up here in person with me next week to do the greeting. But if you can't be there, or if you choose to come up here on stage and do the greeting with me, I would love to have some of the former Maranatha members just standing with me as I shoot this brief video, all right? So I just want to give you all that heads up. If you're going to do it, you need to come to church on time next week, all right? And by on time, I mean early. Be here at 9:30 so that we can come up here, record a quick greeting, just 90 seconds, to thank Pastor Tony Williams for his service to the greater Bay Area. God has used him in tremendous ways over these decades of service, and he's moving, so we want to say a proper farewell to him. Okay, so next Sunday, 9:30, if you're a former Maranatha member, you can join me up here. And if you can, also plan to be at Emmanuel Sunday afternoon for that service for him. All right, let's see what else I need to say. Next on August 11th, next month, second Sunday in August, since it was too late for us to try to pull a church picnic together, and we couldn't find the proper venue in time. So I've asked that committee that was forming, y'all stay formed, start working on 2025, and do it early. Find us a place we can rent as a church, and we will start planning a good church-wide picnic sometime next summer. Meanwhile, second Sunday in August 11, we're just going to use this space. We're going to use our worship center, our Kingdom Life Center, and this outside part of our parking lot. We will cone that off so no other cars going to the other parts of this campus can come. And we're just going to celebrate inside and out and have a fun day. So worship and fun and food. Y'all who claim you are the best barbecuers in the Bay Area, you will get to show off what you do. Everything you are, everything you're not, just like we sang. Anyway, you get to prove whether you got the goods, because some of y'all really believe you have it. So we're going to see what happens. So second, marked as just several weeks from now, second Sunday, come prepared to worship and then hang out for the rest of that afternoon, or as much time as you want to give it, all right, after service. I believe that's it. If not, they'll tell me. Oh, final thing, I want to thank you, want to give you the update for our debt reduction. As you know, since January 7th, first Sunday in January, I asked the church to let's start paying down and eventually pay off our second mortgage. so that we can end up being a church with just a single mortgage. And you are continuing to be faithful. Put up the graphic, if you will, for us to see where we are now. We have raised now $258,000 and 100 since January 7th. In 6 months, y'all have raised $250,000. Y'all are the bomb for real. And I thank you so much. So we only have 181 and 900 left to pay off that second mortgage. We are doing a marvelous job. Thank you all. Thank you for being such generous and faithful givers. And I appreciate you so very much. I believe that's it. Let's give the Lord his tithes.